Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. It is crazy. It is crazy. The market is down in a big way. We're in the 61,000 range. We're in earshot above 60,000. Could we see 59, or land in the 50s? Possible. Hate to say it, but it's possible. Why did this happen? Well, first off, like I've been telling you, you had Germany just out there willy-nilly selling off a whole bunch of Bitcoin, like $300 million worth, something like that. They still have more to sell. I think what it shows is that there's a lack of understanding about how things work. And somebody just said, skip it. We're just going to sell it. We're going to make money. We're up X percent. Yeah, okay, that's great. And then they tank the market. And then so now I think they're starting to realize, hey, we might have done something wrong. But we'll see what happens if they change the process that they're using to currently sell, their Bitcoin. Don't know yet. Won't know until we actually start seeing some numbers. But that's basically what happened. Then on top of that, you had a downward trend from everybody because everybody started selling. So you had that ripple effect that happened. Oh my God, Bitcoin's going down. It's, the world is coming to an end. If you would just zoom out, look at a chart, go to TradingView, go to whatever chart you use, zoom out a little bit, and you'll realize that we've been trading laterally for the past couple of months. You go back to May 4th, we were in this zone. May 4th, we were in this zone. And you want to know something? We were happy. I'm not even playing. Did we go high? Did we go low? Yeah, sure. But we've been playing in this zone for a while, right? And I'll show you, when we get into the numbers, but people are freaking out, having paper hands, selling off. It's because they do not understand how crypto works and how crypto moves. They're still trying to directly apply stock, strategies to crypto. Crypto's too nascent to do that. It's too soon to do that. Crypto moves on news. This is the only reason why crypto is moving now is because this was a physical macro event where somebody was dumping Bitcoin, right? They were totally just dumping Bitcoin. They didn't know that they could take, all that Bitcoin and go to an OTC market as opposed to open market where they would have a drastic effect on the crypto, including their own, right? Because you figure if you're dumping crypto and you still have more to dump, you've just dropped the price. Not very smart. That's why OTC exists. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but that's why it exists. So you can handle transactions without having those big deals going on, without having those big market fluctuations. The market fluctuates enough without something like that. So I think somebody needed to get educated, and hopefully they are getting educated by looking at everything. Yeah, you're up 50% back when it was in the 70s. Now you're $10,000 lower, and you're wondering what happened. Well, now you know. People are saying, I saw a whole bunch of articles, Bitcoin's down. This coin is down. That coin is down. Oh my God, what's going on? Those coins are doing so badly. Slow your roll. That's not reporting. That's adding to the FUD. Right? That's adding to the FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? That's not reporting. Reporting is, hey, this is what happened. This is how it happened. This is the effect that it's having. That's reporting. But to come out and create filler for these, online magazines and things like that say, NEAR is down, this is down, that's down, everybody's down, and each one of them having their own problems and saying that this is why they're down. No, that's not why they're down. They're down because Bitcoin took a hit, because somebody, had a whole bunch of Bitcoin to sell and was, uneducated as to how to best do that. That's what happened. That's what happened. All right. So all these articles that are out there, this coin is doing badly because this coin did, this project did something. Yeah, no, that's not it. So if you're listening to influencers that are out there, if you're reading newspapers that are out there or online magazines that are out there, pay attention to the kind of articles that they have right now. I see a lot of articles about, two specific projects, right? One is Moonbag, and the bigger one is block DAG. And I'm like, I will absolutely not pay attention to anything that your online magazine has to say if you're consistently and constantly yapping about a project that is ranked so low that you might as well not even pay attention to it. So they're either dropping press releases, but they're getting I mean, you got to give it to them. You got to give it to that team because they're getting their name out there in a big way. It's just that they're inundating everybody so much that you can't believe a word that they're saying. Because it's just, oh, we're doing this, oh, we're doing this, oh, we're doing this, oh, we're doing this. But then when you look, there's nothing really going on. So those are two projects that I will not be paying attention to until I see something significant. One of my friends brought it up to me and she was like, what do you think about this project? And I said to her straight up, I think that project is, full of it because of how much news I'm seeing, but I'm not really seeing action. I'm seeing news. I'm not seeing anything else. I'm seeing the same article get republished across so many different stories. And that tells me, okay, that's a press release. So there's nothing else going on in this industry that you have to pick up the same press release across all of these places. That's what you show. We have to be a little bit more discerning. We really do. So as you're doing your research, you should really stop and think about that. So those are two topics that point to people needing to be educated on how to do research and how crypto works. That's really what's going on. Which brings me to the next piece of good news. We've actually decided on a date on when we're going to have our first crypto class. It's going to be July 20th at 10 a.m. So we're setting everything up. We're getting everything out there. And hopefully we can get a minimum of 10 people to sign up. Because it'll take 10 people for me to do that class. A minimum of 10 people. Right? So $149.95 is going to be the price. Period. Takes a lot of work to go into this, a lot of research. Don't believe me? Go to YouTube, check out my channel, and see how many videos I've dropped. Just go check that out. Look at all the stories that I've dropped. Come over to growmybag.tv and look at all the articles that are there. It takes a lot of work. This isn't just willy-nilly type stuff, right? But let's get into the news. We have CoinStats that experienced a major security breach. They've exposed, not they, but they've had user wallets get exposed, a whole bunch of scam notifications, that users had. So they're getting hit and hit hard. So hopefully people can get over, if you're on CoinStats, hopefully you can get over to CoinStats and you can get your stuff off. But that's user wallets exposed. So if you have an account there, please go check your account. If you can, get your digital assets off of there. That's a very big deal. It's a very, very big deal. I hope you're paying attention. Understand who you're doing business with, what kind of security they have in place, who's involved, all that good stuff. Then we have Cardano. Their processing numbers just went through the roof. Just like, wow. Charles Hoskinson was like, we're just waking up. Cardano's just waking up. Cardano's Sundae version 3 handled 9,264 orders in 24 hours. Right? And that says that there's, people are starting to use Cardano. I've been telling people for a long time, Cardano is one of the most boring projects out there. In terms of price fluctuation, it's a very boring project until it just goes boop, and then they go on about their merry business, and then boop. That's how it's been historically, and we have not even hit the part where they do their hard fork and a whole bunch of other things come online. Cardano is a coin to watch. Excuse me. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. Then something else I'm keeping an eye on. Tokenized assets. Market surged over 1,000% for that space. Driven by high interest rates and major financial institutions saying, hey, look, we need that. Hey, Stitchy. Hey, boy. That's the mascot. Yeah, he's just waking up. So you've got that going on. Then, of course, you've got... I was reading about Andrew Kang, and he's an analyst, very well-known analyst, and he's saying, listen, it's highly possible that when Ethereum spot ETFs come out, that you could see a 30% drop in Ethereum. Shocked, not shocked. Why is that? Well, it's because Ethereum can be minted, right? Bitcoin is finite. There's going to be a difference. I think it's going to increase usage. I think it's going to increase commerce. I think it's going to increase adoption. But he's right. There could be an opportunity for Ethereum to take a hit before it goes up. So I still think it's an investment. It's just a matter of, okay, so what's the timing of that investment? So if it takes a 30% hit, but we recover from the point that we are now, buying now could be a good point, because you'll just return to this point and go back up. So, I take everything with a grain of salt, but I do take everything. Introduction of spot Bitcoin ETFs in South Korea. A think tank said that might not be such a good idea. And I'm torn over it. I am torn over it because South Korea is a very, crypto forward kind of country. So I do wonder about it. I don't have an opinion yet. I haven't formed an opinion about it yet. I just found it to be a very interesting article. A very interesting article. Something else that I'm paying attention to, again, everybody's down. The whole market is down. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is down about $10,000 over the past couple of weeks. And that's strictly because of Germany. Now, not only did Germany sell, but that caused other people to get shaky. They failed the gut check, in other words, got those flimsy paper hands and sold their Bitcoin, stupid pet trick. And then you have miners that are also feeling the pain, right? So they've had to sell off a little bit, more than a little bit. At least they're doing it smartly, but those are major factors that are bringing down the market. Now, if one of those things change, if Germany wakes up and goes, oh my gosh, we didn't think that we were going to have that kind of effect, and they pull back, I think you'll gently start to see Bitcoin go up. But we need that to happen. We need miners, which are whales, right? They are whales. We need them to not have to capitulate and sell. But you have a lot of small miners out there. So I really do want to take a look at, and I haven't done it yet. It's too early in the morning. I haven't done it yet. I'm dying to see what Bitfarms is doing versus Riot, because Riot's trying to buy Bitfarms. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting to go research. A California judge dropped all the charges except one against Ripple, bringing the price down to $102.6 million. I think at this point, Ripple doesn't care about anything. I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in a good way. Meaning that price could double from here. It's still not $2 billion, which is what the SEC wanted. Judge said no, they didn't violate those regulations. They held one thing against them and brought the price, down to $102.6 million. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, yeah, because we all knew they weren't going to pay $10 million. SEC said $2 billion. Ripple said $10 million. That we knew that wasn't going to happen. We knew neither one of those was going to happen. But I wasn't really expecting the price to come down so far. I really wasn't expecting that, because that's only a percentage of what the SEC wanted. I was expecting maybe they get hit with like $1 billion, maybe even 750. I was not expecting 102.6 million. So that's interesting. Now, that's great news that happened last week. Is that something that we're gonna feel this week? Probably not, because Germany. Because Germany, okay? So yeah, will we feel that later? Maybe. I'm waiting to see how that gets affected. That's what I'm really looking for. I'm waiting to see how things get seen, when the news really hits. Because right now, look at the stock market. We normally are, coupled to at least the NASDAQ, right? And we're not now. And it's all because of one macro event. That's why I keep telling people, going over numbers is a good thing, but numbers don't tell the story. A piece of news or an action, that's what's going to happen. So you figure, a piece of news, an action hit Bitcoin. So then how do you explain all the other coins? Well, one ship falls, they all fall. One ship rises, they all rise. That's pretty much what happened. right? That's pretty much what happened, but that wasn't a numbers thing. I mean, it was technically a numbers thing. Somebody went out and they sold a bulk of stuff in the open market, and that's how everything dropped. But that's what I mean by numbers thing. It's not a TA analysis predictable thing. It was a macro event. Again, macro micro events can affect things, but using numbers as tea leaves in the crypto space the way you can do that in the stock market space, ooh, good luck with that. It's not something I recommend. I recommend you do your own research. I recommend that you do your research on a daily basis so you can keep your finger on the pulse. I recommend that you get educated all the time. It's sort of like me. I'm a certified project manager and I'm a certified scrum master. I have to maintain a certain amount of educational credits if I want to maintain those certifications. Nurses have to do it. Doctors have to do it. CPAs have to do it. There are certain professions around the world where you have to do that. So if you're going to be playing around in the crypto space, get a lesson on crypto foundations. And then also pay attention to what's going on a daily basis. You're going to learn something. Whether it be news, whether it be best practices, worst practices, you're going to learn something. In other words, I want you to stay educated. I want you to stay educated about the space. What else is going on? Metaplanet. Wow. Metaplanet has basically 100% adopted MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy. They've taken their playbook and said, yep, that's what we're going to do. So they raised another 1 billion yen, about 6 point something million dollars, to go buy more Bitcoin. How'd they raise? Banknotes. How did MicroStrategy do their last raise? Banknotes. Well, selling their notes. I'm sitting back and I'm going, yeah, I'm all for it. These are companies, these are people that get it. They understand that we had a macro event, but the timing of their purchase is perfect. Lucky amount. Lucky timing. Just saying, lucky timing. So you sit there and you're just like, oh my God, they just racked up. Yeah. Yep. And then when it goes back up to 70 and you're all the way down at 61, it goes back up to 71, that's a $10,000 raise. Yeah, they're going to be sitting there going, yeah, good move. For something, so purchase something that they can leverage in the future. Oh. And then don't forget, Mt. Gox is supposed to be paying out to their creditors starting sometime this year. You think those people are going to sell? Doubtful. Unless they're really hurting for cash. I'm not expecting those people to really sell in bulk or en masse. I'm expecting them to hold. Because if they were really hurting, they were hurting for a while. But if they were able to get around that problem of not having access to their money, when they get their money, when they get their Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, I think they're gonna hold. I think for the most part they're going to hold. So that Mt. Gox thing is still looming. Still pay attention to it. Something else that's going on, Japanese investment managers, Nomura says Japanese investment managers are showing an increasing, interest in digital assets. And they're expecting more than half of them to start buying within the next 3 years. Again, upward trend. This cycle is like no other cycle. During no other cycle did we have this kind of adoption. During no other cycle did we have this much, not institutional knowledge about the space. People getting in, really understanding it. So in this cycle, you're seeing a lot more people understand or gain an understanding and get in. So that's why I'm saying, a lot of people still need to get educated. I know a lot of people out there that are doing some, not necessarily complex trades, but complex strategies, right? But really don't have a foundational basis in crypto to really understand what they're doing. They're just doing it because they heard something. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how you want to move your money. It's not how you want to play these games. Look at Jason Derulo being accused of being a part of a rug pull for the introduction of his new coin, Jason, another freaking failure. As soon as he made the announcement on X, it dropped 72%. Faceplant. So then in order to try to save his name, he said he bought another $20,000 worth. Rug pull is a rug pull. So he started blaming the other guy. Did you not do your research? Somebody on his team failed him and failed him big. Didn't do research on it because the person that he was involved with has been involved in other rug pulls. This is why I tell you guys, when you do your own research, who's involved with that coin? Who's involved with that coin? Who's involved with that project? Because if you don't know, don't put your money in. Because here we are, another rug pull. Another famous person being accused of a rug pull because they decided to get in bed with somebody that they didn't know had been involved in other rug pulls. So I don't care what Jason Derulo does. That Jason coin, let one of my friends tell me that they bought into that Jason coin. Excuse me. I would slap the snot out of them. You bought into a coin. So you bought into a meme coin just because somebody famous is behind it? Seriously? Yeah, that'd be a butt whooping. That would seriously be a butt whooping. It's bad enough people are buying meme coins because they have cute names, but you're going to buy it just because somebody who's rich, who doesn't care about you, came out with a meme and you think it's cool, so you bought it. And now you have your money stolen. Jason Derulo's got money. And so, I'm going to try to make this work. I put in another $20,000. Are you serious? You serious with that number? That's not even a good number, bro. That's a number that says I'm just trying to save face by dumping another X amount of money into it. But, I'm not really trying to do anything over there. Because if he was really trying to save face, he'd have dumped he'd have put another zero on that, right? That's not what happened. You can't save a meme coin because the meme coin has no value to begin with. It's just a cool name. Adjacent coin, was that a cool name? Seriously? All right there, buddy. And I like his music, not like some of his music. But that was a bad pet trick. Somebody on his team failed him miserably, introduced him to the wrong person. Fire that person. Whoever introduced you to that guy, what is it, Sahil Arudavada, whatever the heck his name is, whoever introduced you, fire them. That was a bad pet trick. That was a bad move. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. No, the numbers are not looking pretty. I'm not even going to try to fake it. They're not looking pretty at all. But the numbers are the numbers, right? The numbers are the numbers. But like I said, look at where we are right now within my blue band. My blue band goes from $57,686 to $63,719. That's been my blue band. It's been my blue band for a really long time. A really long time. If you scroll down below my dark blue band right here and here, you've got my light blue band from here to here. You want to know how those bands happened? They happened because we were moving laterally at some point in time. So I keep them there to remind people these are the points of interest. And there are more. There are more, lines right there where we started. Well, here's my green band. And we had hit a point where we wouldn't go below that point, but I kept the original, right? And you can see where we were. Here was my bottom, 15,483. So you come back up and you go, yeah, we didn't really fall that low, right? Come back across. Just go back a little bit. Let me undo that. Go back a little bit. Just go back a little bit. See where we were. Look at that. What date is this? May 1st this year. We were within the blue band. How far back can I go? Right? You're not, you touch the blue band right here. You touch the blue band right here. We shot through the blue band after being within the light blue band. We shot through the blue band to create this new high. Do you see how far back that is? This is back in February of this year. February of this year. So while people are freaking out, I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, we're moving laterally, people. We have stair-stepped up. We've stair-stepped down, and we're about to take off. That's honestly what I think. Because if you don't have the German downward pressure, right? If you don't have that, market goes up. Market stays on its upward trend, market goes up. But to me, if I buy right here, I think I'm on sale. I think everything's on sale right now. If I buy right here, and in a couple of weeks, I said it a couple of days ago, talk to me in a couple of weeks. I think that's going to have a hit. And then what happens in the future? We've got PCE numbers coming out on Friday, this coming Friday. We've got the Ethereum spot ETFs that could happen. We have a possible interest rate reduction, right? That can happen in, I'm thinking August, September. I'm really thinking September, because that would be perfect timing. Those are the things I'm thinking about. Those are the things that I'm looking at. So there's a whole lot of positive news that happens between now and then. So again, unless there are macro events like this Germany problem, we're on an upward tick. And like I said, you can only squeeze that spring, but so much before it just releases all that energy. That would be in an upward momentum. That would result in upward momentum, in my humble opinion. So yeah, I'm looking at all this. But again, all the way back to February, you could see that that's when we started moving back up. I'm just putting it back where it was. There you go. So you can see exactly where we are and what's going on. That's why I pay attention to this stuff. That's why I do research every day. There was no other news. There was no other drag on the market other than the German liquidation. That was it. Their dumping of Bitcoin. That was it. Yes, you had miners capitulating. They were not having that kind of an effect on the market. So the market was able to naturally flow. Somebody dropping a few $100 million on the open market in Bitcoin, yeah, that's going to have a negative effect. And it's good and it's bad, right? The bad side is it has a negative effect. The good side is that's more Bitcoin available to us retail people, as opposed to, in the back door room, in the back room, happening in the dark, OTC transactions. We didn't have access to that Bitcoin, right? That's what I mean. So yeah, I'm paying attention to that. In terms of what's going on the big board, you can see everything is dark red. Red or dark red. But if it's only a little bit red, you have to remember, you're talking about Bitcoin that was, $10,000 more than this before. So just saying. 3330 for Ethereum. Yeah. Buying space. Solana, I read an article that made me stop and think. The article touched on a possible investigation into Solana. So I don't know yet. I have to do some more research. I'm a little shaky on that one. Doge is down significantly. Shiba Inu is down significantly. But because I bought so long ago, I'm still positive on SHIB. Pepe's down. So they're like, just everybody's down. And I am thinking everything's on sale. And I didn't use all my dry powder. I used some of it to buy. But now that we're right here, I might wait a little bit. Right? Might wait a little bit to see if we find a bottom. I'm not trying to catch falling knives. But even buying here, if I really think that Bitcoin's going to go up, buying here is still a good reason for me to buy. Right? That really is it. Looking at the numbers straight across, yeah, everybody took a hit. Everybody was red for the past 24 hours. Right? So if you've got a favorite coin, go take a look. You might do well. NIR is bucking the trend. But still, taking a hit, but you still have some projects that are in the green for this year, and you've got to look at what's the strength of those projects, what's driving those projects. Because like I said, year to date, they're still in the green. You got to say to yourself, strong project. I got to do some more research into that. Render is one of them. Just saying. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. Don't forget, we do have that class that's coming up. I will put it on the website and I will make more announcements, but it's currently scheduled for July 20th at 10 a.m. to give everybody on the West Coast, East Coast, and Europe a chance to join in. I will be recording that class so that those same people within that cohort will be able to come back and review that class again. Again, that class is going to be $149.95 after speaking with a lot of people. Like, wow. I thought it was going to wind up being lower, but people are like, no, you put in crazy work. Your team puts in crazy work. You'd be taking a loss at any other number. And I agreed. So it's $149.95. Hopefully we can get minimum 10 people to sign up. Catch the show live, 8 p.m. weeknights, except for holidays. So like what is it? Thursday, July 4th, I will not be doing a show. I most likely will not be doing a show. I'm going to play it by ear. I might do a morning show. I probably will do a morning show. But the nighttime live, I might not do. But we're here every morning and we're here every evening, weeknights. I hope you like what we do. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.